this win out despite all that?
Like you said, we had a lot of guys, new guys, and we're trying to win this game, especially against the Goldenstate, They won last year, so it was, literally, we didn't really have a practice or anything, so we just let it out there, just hooping, But I think the Delo did a good job, He was talking to everybody, He was talking to me before the game, how he wants to do defense, offense, and he was talking to me during the game and stuff. So that kind of helped me to, kind of easily to, flow into the game. But yeah, I think today, defensively we did a good job. We are trying to target those two guys, Jordan and Clay, and I think we did a pretty good job. So.
Does it feel sort of like changing teams again in a way that you bring in, 3 new teammates on the floor today? You just learned these guys, and now you're trying to learn these other.
Yeah, that's why I was just talking to somebody too. I feel like I had 3 new teams in this year, So, but it's what it is. That's the business part of it, this league. So, but I think we're gonna be good. We have a lot of guys that can play, and I think we're gonna be good.
Not even here yet, but between you, Jared Vanderbilt, AD, LeBron, it's a big team. What's the feel knowing that? Because not every team around the league has that type of size.
Yeah, I think I think we like those guys. We are like over 6'8", whatever. And then we also can move, so defensively, I think we can impact that a lot. Especially AD. He can protect the rim, all the time, and So, and the other hand, and we can switch to all the ball screens. So I think it's gonna be pretty good defensively, and I'm excited for him.
D'Angelo, new team, a new situation, tough building to play in. How did you guys get to the point where you're able to out-execute down the stretch? Or what was the main point of view from you?
Just being out there, honestly, was, like I said, is a little weird. That first little stint, trying to get that little rust off, just to feel a little comfortable. But honestly, I think everybody was just being aggressive. Being aggressive, allowed them to have to guard everybody. You know what I mean? So being out there, and Dennis did a hell of a job just, kind of controlling that pace and making things happen. AD complimenting that. And then you got other guys. Rui was big as well, just kind of making plays. So when we can continue to make plays from everybody continue to make plays and not just, sit back and watch, I think that makes us a little more dangerous.
AD said that you and he had an ongoing talk, basically dialogue throughout the game, and then in crunch time, you're trying to figure all that out. What's your point of view just with AD, how to play off him, when to shoot, when to pass, where you want him to be, all that?
Really just trying to play off of him. Obviously him being involved in the action, if I have the ball or whatnot, there's a lot of gravity that calls for. So for me, just trying to capitalize off that. So my man has to be honest, and he doesn't have the tendency to leave me and migrate towards him. So giving him space to operate, and then seeing ways he could compliment me as well, just in that in-between game.
D'Angelo, over here. To follow up on the AD question, he said that at halftime, you, him, and LeBron were all going over kind of plays and drawing things up and how you could complement each other. How do you feel like you 3 fit together and the different ways you can play off of those two specifically and the ways that you can unlock things for them?
I don't know. I think it's going to be an experience. Obviously, what they have going works. So for me to fit with them, I got to figure out how I can fit, and I think that's going to happen over time and experience, being in the situation. And we got a few games left. It's not like we got the whole season ahead of us. So making every moment count. And I think communication is going to smooth out that process and make it efficient. And, Brian's not playing right now, so it's just kind of me and AD communicating through those little things. So the sooner we can get, guys out there as well, and we can just actually go through it, and it's not just us talking. We can actually get some reps under our belts. I think that'll make it easy.
Can you talk a little bit about coming here and the expectations that you have, and and how much of an adjustment period you're going to have to go through?
Definitely going to be adjustments, but I'm excited to be a Laker. You know, I'm excited to bring some shooting to the table and defend and, you know, make a playoff run.
Because not a lot of time to make up here. I mean, there are a lot of hurdles that you have to overcome, not only getting adjusted to your new teammates here, but in the standings as well.
Yes, sir. You know, I've been in the West my whole career, so I know what it takes. And if we go on a 5-game win streak, we're back in the standings. You know, everything's so tight. All we got to get is into the playoffs, and we can go from there. You know, we got LeBron, got AD, got our new guys, Delo. We got to all take over and, you know, make the right plays to put us in a position to win.
Malik, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, AD was telling us yesterday that LeBron was on the bench talking to you guys about how you guys play, how you can fit in. What was that experience like, and what do you see as the most important factor to fit in quick?
Play the right way. You know, these guys are, you know, all-stars, so you got to make sure you just play the right way, no turn the ball over, get out and run, and it should be easy basketball, you know, pick and rolls and things like that. We're about to go over the schemes on everything on defensive end and offensive, so I'm just ready to get to work.
Malik, what type of players defensively do you like to guard the most? So 1s, 2s, sometimes 3s, like where?
This year I've been guarding a lot of 4s, surprisingly. So I like guarding any position. You know, there's no certain position. You know, everybody's good at certain things. You know, if it's a taller player, I know he's going to try to post up. If it's a guard who has handles, he's going to try to, you know, dance with it. So just, you know, guarding anybody, you just got to know their personnel and what they like to do, and, you know, try to shut that water off.
When you found out you were being traded to the Lakers, what were your thoughts about that?
I'm about to be a Lake show. It's about to be a show out here, and got to be ready to play. Got to be locked in on and off the court. So I'm excited to do that. Give an opportunity to show who I can be.
This team has desperately needed three-point shooting this season. Have you already talked about, you know, with Darvin, what your role is going to be offensively and kind of the different ways they can use you in your three-point shooting?
We haven't talked about a Zach role yet, but I know for sure he wants me to shoot. That was one of the first things he said. I need you to shoot that ball and make some shots, and that's what I'm going to do. You know, I'm going to put in the work and learn the system really fast and get adjusted to this, you know, different life, and be ready to go starting tomorrow.
Obviously, you come in with Jared, who was your teammate in Utah, but also you, Jared, Delo, having that Minnesota experience.
Yeah.
What do you think that will give you guys? And do you hope to kind of have some time on the floor together?
Oh, yeah, we definitely hope to play together. I think our vibe on and off the court is like we know each other really well. You know, we've been through the playoffs together. We've been through a struggling years together in Minnesota, and we know what it takes. I think for all three of us, we just want to make a difference to this team. We want to bring energy, that young energy, and like to have fun, you know. Make sure all the guys are together, even the young guys, and just keeping everybody together, whether that's from LeBron all the way to the young guys. We're right in the middle, so, you know, we kind of got that vibe of being a vet, but also still being young still.
What's the key to being a good outside shooter for you?
For me, is getting into a rhythm, you know, seeing the ball go in, whether that's get an easy floater or layup to start the game, or even a free throw, and not thinking too much, you know, not letting offense dictate my defense or defense dictate my offense. So just staying solid, and that will be the determining factor of, you know, making shots or not.
Because I know a lot of young guys would be in awe coming to the Lakers because of LeBron. How do you keep from falling into that category, being in awe?
I mean, there's no wrong to being in awe. You're playing with LeBron, one of the greatest of all time. You know, when I was in high school, I went to his All-American camp, and that was when he was with Cleveland. So it just shows, like, you know, the fact that he's still playing and still doing what he's doing, and I'm now on his team, it's a blessing. You know, as in the fact of being in awe, yeah, it's okay to be in awe, but at the same time, you got to handle business, you got to handle the right things, and make sure you're ready to play. I mean, I don't want to. I didn't come here just to, you know, be here. I came here to try to win and make the right plays and do the right things.
What have you seen from this group, I guess from afar, this season? Obviously some ups and downs, but
yeah.
They have had some stretches where they've, you know, looked pretty good. LeBron and AD playing at a high level.
But what have you seen as an outsider?
As an outsider, I would say we just need a little bit more camaraderie. I feel like as a group, like sometimes, things are, from what I saw, like things are, everybody's on their own sometimes. And me, Delo, and Vando, we don't want that. We're a laughing group. We want everybody to be together. That's what I meant by like being the vet, but also staying young, just making sure, everybody's sticking together. Other than that, we get out and run and, make a show. Let's have fun and at the same time, because, we're still in the NBA, we still have a job, and, we still got to provide for our families.
A task, running around screens and trying to get through and fighting it. What were you focused on there, and what's kind of like the key to what you do?
Just try not to let him catch the ball. Obviously, with the way Draymond plays, he does a very good job of getting, everybody open. So it's kind of hard, even like how he was playing tonight, kind of left people to work on an island on those guys, especially in those situations. But the game plan worked, and, we got a big win.
3 new teammates integrated into the lineup today. That isn't always easy, especially with no practice. So how did you guys do it, and how did you end up using it as an advantage almost?
Really just try to play basketball. Move it, get off of it, screen, cut, play in transition. So, all of us have been playing basketball for a long time, so the message was we don't really know each other, so let's just move it, and whoever's open, shoot it.
Of course, you've been standing in and taking hits for your whole career here with the Lakers. We could see the one from the elbow in that first quarter. Second quarter? First quarter. Yeah, first half. What does that say kind of about you, and how does it feel at this moment?
I don't know. It says I'm not very smart for just taking the hits all the time. I don't know. I just try to be in the right position at the right time, and sometimes that's the wrong position at the right time. I don't know. I got 2 free throws. I bricked one. I'm going to blame it on getting hit, but, it's part of the game.
What were the things that stood out to you out of the new guys, in particular, Jared and Malik and Delo?
Just the way they play. It's good basketball. They've obviously all played together, so that helps quite a bit because, they're going to be in rotations together, and you kind of just got to piece around that. So they were big tonight. Vando off the bench, they have 12 points, however many rebounds, but it was all the energy plays that stood out to all of us. We're happy with what everybody can bring to the table, and it's just going to get better the way we mesh together these next couple weeks, and moving forward from there.
Wasn't your most efficient night, and not necessarily getting all calls you probably wanted inside. What did you have to do to just find other ways to impact the game and integrate the new guys and find a way to pull away for a victory?
I shifted my mindset to the defensive end. Refs going to miss calls, just how we miss shots and we turn it over and everything. I just wanted to go down and get every rebound and block every shot. That was just my mindset just shifted. Other guys stepped up, Delo, Dennis, Vando played well, Austin, Rui, all these guys just stepped up and made big plays. So, I just wanted to go out and contribute another way,
Any initial thoughts on Russell and Vanderbilt specifically, the impact that they had and what that gives you now as you guys go forward?
Yeah, Vando do what he do. Offensive rebound, defensive rebound, finish around the rim, play make, when he catch it in the pocket. And Delo did what he did, started off slow trying to make reads, but we continued to talk the entire game. Me and Delo literally talked the entire game about pick and roll, what he see, what I see, what he like, what I like, where he liked the ball, just throughout the course of the game, just trying to, build that chemistry on the fly, with no practice and, only having, film and things, just did a great job of communicating, B's as well. So it was good. It was good we were able to get the win, while we trying to figure it out.
Digging a little more in on that relationship with Delo, how much pregame prep did you have at all with him, and what do you get from sort of his rhythm for the game? That are you starting to feel where maybe some of those opportunities will be when you guys run plays together?
Yeah, I mean, I obviously know how you play, how he likes to play. But it's different when, you're guarding it and, now you're in action. So, like I said, just that constant communication. We had some times where, we hit on some plays. Sometimes we missed, but it comes with the chemistry building. And I think for the most part, as long as we continue to talk, we'll be fine. I mean, we even talked about, when Bron come back, at halftime, we drawing up plays on the board. Me, Delo, and Bron. Like, Bron, we want you here, just trying to constantly just speed up this process, being behind the 8-ball. I think we did a good job of that tonight.
AD, you said you liked what this team had on paper on, I think that was Thursday night. 48 minutes does not a season change, but like, what did you think of just seeing all the new pieces kind of together, and did it give you confidence about the stretch moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, we're still missing Mo, but I think we look really good out there tonight. We even said a couple times on the bench. When I was out, Brian, as well, made a comment that we're going to be really good. I think guys just played free. Guys, running their lanes offensively, locked in defensively. With Clay and Jordan, being the main focuses on when Steph is out. They got away from us a couple times, but I think, like I say, just constant communication, constant learning. But overall, I think we'll be fine.
Even prior to these most recent trades, we were on that road trip, and you and LeBron were talking about Rui, wanting him to be aggressive with it. And you saw him take some shots, that were consequential in the fourth quarter tonight. Did you see any ways that the newer guys, Malik and Jared and Delo, asserted themselves from the very start? Anything that stood out in terms of, because that's what you were talking to us about, that you want to see from those guys?
Yeah. Like I say, Malik went 0 for 6 from 3, and I'm okay with that. I mean, obviously his first game, but we don't want him to hesitate. Let it fly. He shoot the ball too well to hesitate. Just let it fly. Just keeping his confidence up. He'll be fine. As far as when I said Thursday, I don't want anyone to defer. Delo came in and got to it, right away. Whether he missed in May, he continued to, put pressure on the defense and play his style of basketball. And so did Vando. Came in and did. I think all the guys came in, new guys came in and did what they we thought they were going to do, and because of that, we were able to get the win.
AD, you guys have lost some close games this season, but what was different tonight, especially considering you got all these new players and there's no LeBron James either?
We defended, and quite frankly, like, it's our third quarter. We held them to 26 points and we scored 34. We've been a very terrible third quarter team, and this is one of the better third quarter teams in the league. And we knew that, I think we were down 2 at half. We wanted to come out and win the third quarter, and we were able to do that. But towards the end, like you said, close game, just building on our defense, and making plays on the offensive end. But particularly on the defensive end, guys, locked in on Clay and Jay Poole, where, they had to shoot a 2 and not a 3. It wasn't open. The guys were in their airspace, and we had the guys, shooting that we wanted to shoot, and we rebounded the basketball. So, it was a great all-around game for us tonight.
AD, during the championship season, you guys had a lot of success playing bigger and having these giant lineups with multiple 6'9" and above guys. Do you feel like you guys are kind of recreating that with this group now, where adding in Vanderbilt, you mentioned Mo hasn't played yet, but just kind of the size that you guys have now in the front court and what you can do defensively?
Yeah, adding those guys, adding Malik, who's like 6'4". I don't want to, 6'4", 6'5", Austin, all these guys, we have a bigger group now, so it helps with our, defense and things of that nature. But, as far as the front court, yeah, Vando, Wynn, even Rui at times, Brown come back, so, playing big has definitely looked good for us, having two bigs on the floor. And it seemed to work. So, obviously, Coach will continue to test it out and see what works, but it looked good tonight.
New group, new players out there. How did you still find a way to execute against a team that's played together for a while?
Just our guys' communication. They were out there talking to each other, talking to new guys through, some of the actions. And, at the end of the day, in the hands of your best players. And we were able to do that, play through A little bit. Dennis, D'Angelo, all those guys, Rui, had big moments. But us communicating to them and them communicating amongst themselves, I think it allowed for us to, have a rhythm and some consistency.
Darvin, you got any just initial sense of the team vibe and how that is with the new blood in there and towards that end, kind of what you saw from Russell and Vanderbilt specifically out there on the floor?
They know what we're trying to do. We talked about that. The reason they were brought in here, not only because they're talented, but we believe that, they truly can help us make a strong push down the stretch. So we talked about it before the game. The three words we use: energy, effort, and urgency. Energy, effort, and urgency. And that's what we played with tonight against a very, very, very great ball club in Goldenstate. Championship pedigree through and through. Make you play the full shot clock, defend the full shot clock. Have to figure them out defensively. They have a really active, energetic defense. But it's a huge win, man. I couldn't be more proud of my team.
Darvin, sorry, Dave. A lot to ask.
Dan.
I like that there's we're two of the only people old enough in here to get that reference. Austin wasn't really regarded as a defender coming into this league. What did you think of the job he did on Clay in the fourth quarter tonight? And I guess secondarily, now that, he's back, you had AD in the back line, you had Vanderbilt, how different can this team be on that side of the ball?
I think we can be elite. Vandy, the way he rebounds, his activity, he can block shots. Wynn had some good moments, changing up shots, rebounding. Obviously, AD, that's what he does. And then you mentioned Austin, to start out. Those first two words I mentioned, he represents those, energy and effort. And he's scrappy, he's smart, he understands what we're trying to get done within the defensive game plan. And you saw it. He has that moxie. He's crafty on both sides of the ball, and even defensively, the way he tries to blow up DHOs, getting over pick and rolls, closing the gap on the ball, and then getting under real quick in pick and roll defense, playing on the ball. He's just a scrapper, and he does his work early. So, he does what he does offensively, but defensively, he has a high IQ, and again, he has that energy that he puts into that side of the ball.
Darvin, what do you make of AD's night? He doesn't shoot all that well from the field, but he has those two blocks late against Clay and DiVincenzo. Do you think some of the shooting was maybe the new personnel not necessarily knowing his spots and him, taking up awkward shots he wouldn't normally take? And then just a question about the perseverance to be able to still affect the game late on the defensive end.
I just think, he's working himself back in a game shape. His touch, like I said, Goldenstate, from Draymond to Wiggs, Jermichael, Looney, all those guys are extremely smart defenders. And even the smalls, they'll dart in there. Once he puts the ball on the floor, he turns his back. They're showing a crowd. They're darting in there, getting their hands on, deflections or whatnot. So it's a really unorthodox yet effective defense to try to go against. And but he stood, he had some tough moments at points, but he stayed with it, and again, he's a guy that's a two-way player. So you felt his presence on defense. He drew a lot of attention on offense. We were able to get, I thought, some easy looks at the rim, layup just with him being in the pick and roll, setting a good screen and rolling, them being concerned about his role. So, but he plays effectively and at a high level on both sides of the ball. You saw that with those late blocks.
Darvin, I asked you last time about Dennis in these games, but obviously you got a lot of new rotation pieces to juggle and a lot of different ways you could go. Dennis in the starting and closing lineups, what do you think he adds to the group season when he gets that nod?
Just fearlessness. He's fearless. He's not afraid to go make a play. He's not afraid to take a shot. He's not afraid to go attack the rim, even though he may get knocked down or, guard take the toughest matchup defensively on the perimeter. The kid is just fearless, and with those type of guys, you can't have enough of. And it's the reason why I love him, the reason why I keep him in the mix as much as I possibly can, because I know he's going to make a play for us on both sides of the ball. He's enough.
All right, Dennis Schroeder, you guys needed a victory there. Golden State took a lead in the second half, managed to fight back with a lot of new guys getting time. How were you able to turn things around and come out on top?
Just play together, compete together, and having fun. I think the ball was moving from side to side. We did a great job. The new guys coming in didn't know all the plays, but they competed their ass off, so I'm glad we got the win.
Unlike you, to miss those 2 free throws, you did get a chance to redeem yourself, though.
Yeah, that one hurt. I want to get that back, but, you can't take it back, go to the next play, and luckily we got the game.
Yeah, Dennis, what is it when you get new guys in, and it's new lineup, new rotation off the bench? What are the ways that you try to make up for that within the course of a game against a good Warriors team here?
We just told them, we got to play freely. They play high-level basketball. All of them been to the playoffs. So, just compete on the highest level. Yes, sir. Junior, yes, sir. And compete on the highest level, play together, have fun. I think that's the biggest thing. And I think that's what we did, and that's the reason why we got the victory.
So you start in the backcourt next to D'Angelo Russell. He, of course, comes over in the trade. What have you noticed about his game, and what are the things that you think you guys can do to complement each other?
I think he's the best in the league after pick and roll to Pope. He's so big and tall, and his mid-range game, floaters, he's great. 3-point line, gives us another guy who can handle the ball and find open teammates. And, we can't wait to get Brown back and get everybody healthy and compete.
Last one for you. I know that you love the beautiful game that, of course, we call soccer here. But tomorrow, American football, Super Bowl. You into the Super Bowl? Will you watch some NFL?
Not really. I've been to the Super Bowl when I played in Atlanta. In Houston, I think, when Brady came back from 28-3. But I'm going to watch it with the team. And, we're going to enjoy that tomorrow.
Probably could have played cornerback or something.
Fast. I don't know what position it is.
Yeah, that's you're going to be fast in that spot. And quick, strong. Anyway, I'll let you go. Appreciate it, Dennis.
Happy birthday, Junior.